Hello and welcome to Carnation TV. If you don't know me already, my name's Dawn, but all I have to say is please buckle up tight. This is going to be one show for you you're never going to forget. I'm not here on my own today. I've got the fabulous Carla back show as always.
There's a lot going on all at once then, Doris. I had a bit of trouble. I've turned the volume on. Hi.
Amazing. First time we get to work together, and we have got a fantastic collection for you today. So you know, when you see something like this, we started with this collection yesterday. This is Nature in Motion collection. The fabulous Dave was in yesterday with a team, and I heard you had a bit of a ball yesterday.
We had a very lovely time. Well, you were here for bolognese as well.
Yes, we did lunch. You made it a child-proof lunch for me.
Yeah, I did. I had to cut out all the vegetables and cut them up real small so you didn't notice them. It was all good.
I was cahooted into that, I can tell you. But like I say, we have got the Nature in Motion collection. And as you can see, it's a beautiful collection, as always, for you. It's an exclusive deal we've got for you for the duration of this one. And honestly, you can't get it anywhere else. So exclusive and special just for you. There's 76 dies in this collection. And you can see how incredibly detailed, as always, when these are all beautifully hand-drawn for you. So you know you are getting something exclusive. Something really, you know, as we would say, a little bit bougie. So you know you're going to get that style in that collection with all of these.
You might say bougie.
It is bougie. And you know, for me, Carnation Crafts, the artwork, the designs are second to none. And you're going to get that detail with this one. So let's take a look through this. First of all, you are going to get the vaulting deer. Okay, in the collection. A lovely large deer or stag. So for Christmas and whenever, you can use that one. Then you've got your kingfisher in there as well. But look at that. You've got two detailed birds in there in different styles of flight. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. Then you've got your elegant owl in there too. So really giving you that different styles and looks for different cards. You've also got extra dies in there. So you've got your mats and layers in there too to add those in. Then on this side you have got your beautiful peonies.
What's that called?
Peonies with poise.
We did it! I said yesterday, she's never going to get that out.
I've been practicing, I'll have you know, Miss Carla. Mr. Mark will be watching. I've got to make sure I get this right. We've got the peonies with poise. So absolutely gorgeous in there too. And then from the far side, we've got the through the seasons. So we'll look at the tree stump that you've got in there. That you've got the beautiful corner, as always, that we add to those too. Then as we move down, you can see you have got the silver birch circles, the rectangles and the squares. So for all your matting and layering and all the beautiful designs that you want to bring with that for all your shape cards, you have those too. Then as we go a little bit further down, we have then got for you the fantastic fan design.
Lightwork feather fan.
Lightwork feather fan. I couldn't see the words. You couldn't see the words. So we've got those on there. And then we've got that beautiful foliage kind of style with that one as well.
The foliage. That's the floofy grass.
The what?
The floof.
Graceful grass.
The graceful grass. We'll go with graceful grass. And as you can see, this is absolutely perfect. Just check out your price on this one, $124.99 and free P&P. You know, with Carnation Crafts TV, we always offer you a fabulous deal, and you've got that today with this one. Remember, if you are further afield in the US, then obviously we'll pay a little bit extra. I think it's £10 extra for your postage and things like that. But obviously, we can ship that out as well. Remember as well, we have got the perfect papers, as always, to coordinate with your range. I give you that little bit more. 300 GSM, so you've got a really good weight to this. 6 different colours, 8 of each, and look at the beautiful colourways that you can now mix these in with your designs. But let's give you a little bit of inspiration, because that's what it's all about with these fantastic cards. The design team do an amazing job. So hello, design team, if you're out there on YouTube with us today, that's fantastic that you can join us all. But do remember, any of you new that are out there, make sure you click the subscribe button. You'll get notified as soon as we are on air and things like that. And it is free to join, so please don't think, oh, it's a subscription, I've got to pay. It is all free for you to join. So click that button, join in each and every time, and you know, as part of the, you know, the Carnation Crafts TV, you know, team out there, you are going to get to know about it first. But look at the inspiration, look at the details, look at the designs on here as well, and how incredibly well they all work together. You've got the peonies, and as you call them, the
Floof.
the froof, but they're not the froof. That's good.
Floof, Doris.
There we go. You knew this was going to go wrong on so many levels because honestly, we are so... Honestly, we're not supervised today, so anything could happen with us. But honestly, as a collection, it's incredible. Now, if you're looking at the designs, you're looking at the images, we have got the vignettes, which are the pre-coloured images. They are available as well on the website for free for you to download. So do make sure you check those out as well. So we've got lots and lots on there for you. But remember, $124.99, 220-414 on there as well. She's crying already. So it's just stay with us because it's going to be one of those hours. But don't miss out on this fantastic collection because you know exclusives. We like the exclusives. We like the special. Carnation TV always give you those.
I think you've ruined my makeup.
Have I ruined you already? I'm sorry. They knew this when they got me involved. It was like, oh dear.
Right, I'm just going to come in as the sensible one of the two of us, just to say that when you get your perfect papers, for those of you who are outside the UK, so if you buy the collection outside the UK, your postage is $4.95. If you want to add in the perfect papers with that, it's on the website. It's not a bundle, but it's kind of in there. And you can get your postage with the perfect papers for $14.95. If you don't want perfect papers, but you want to scooch in, I don't know, some super smooth or some pro print, something like that, instead of the perfect papers, put your order through as if it's the perfect papers, and in the notes just change it that you want something else, your pro print or something along those, and the warehouse team will change that round for you so you'll get the right one when you get it. You can only put in one pack of paper for that price, just so you know, because if you try and put more in, it won't work. So I just want to say hello to some people who are liaising with us on Facebook. Already. So a big shout out. We've got Avenel, we've got Sue, we've got Sue Martin, then we've got Kevin, who's just saying he's just unpacking his. So there's a lot of people who bought it yesterday, they've got it already today.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's pretty good going, isn't it? Some people who say that they're going to be in for some fun today. I mean,
oh dear.
If you get any sense, you'll be lucky. And then we've got different comments. So I did just see, and I do want to find it. Hold on one second. See if I can find it. I might not be able to. But Miss Tiztaz, you got another mention today.
Have I?
Yeah, you have. So Jenny West, hello, Carla, Dawn and Taz.
I say, can we just say we have got the fabulous Miss Tiztaz with us, as always, as the grounding, as the oracle to help us with this hour. So yes, it's going to be fun. So please bear with us.
So what you don't know is that, so Taz joined the Carnation craft team a couple of months back. So they obviously have to do her job description, and her job description is, you know, jack of all trades. She's producer, director. She does so much stuff with us, and just at the bottom of that, it does also say that she is my carer while she's in the studio. She didn't realise it when she signed, but that's the truth.
Just in the studio.
I mean, it's best that we don't talk about the drunk times, Taz. We're on air. So that's that. And then yesterday it was decided that Dave is going to organise a cruise.
Oh, I don't want my name on that one, please. Please don't put my name to that.
And they're saying, are you going to come? Well, no. She can't walk straight when the land is still. So putting her on a boat, she would fall out. And I am not swimming after her again. The last time it was very traumatic. So she has to stay on. We'll get her to FaceTime. It'll be fine.
Be fine. Please, can you show me the boards?
Aye.
I'd like to see some artwork, please, darling.
You want to do some work?
Yes, let's have a look at the boards and see exactly what we are getting.
Okie doke. So the boards for this collection coming up. So this collection is incredibly special. So all of Carnation Crafts, you know, collections are insanely good. This one has got something extra about it. There's some extra umph. The artwork is just extraordinary. So you can see here this elegant owl where you've got your, we showed it yesterday, you've got your split die, and that means we can do over the edge cards. Then you've got your mats and you've got your owl here. When we say it's a split die, if you want to use that as a card base, so you don't want to have the two halves, when you place it on top of your cardstock, so you're going to put it through your machine, you will push those two pieces together and put your tape on top, on both the top and the bottom edge here, and put it through, and it will come out as one piece. So you can create your card bases. You would cut that twice, create your card base, add your mats, and then this on here. They're so, so pretty. This artwork is extraordinary. Each piece can be cut, it can be shaped, it can be laid flat as it is. You can obviously cut 2 or 3, make decoupage elements. There's so many ways of playing with these. So have as much fun Hey up, Doris.
Oh, not again, not again.
Hey up, Doris.
Oh, Jean, not again. She's already knocked the pack shot out.
Put your teeth in.
The pack shot's gone once. Don't do it again.
We'll just focus on the boards. It's
Oh.
fine. Yeah, Sheila's just saying, hi, Carla, my set of dies came this morning.
Wow.
Honestly, the warehouse team are insane. They're so good. I got to say, I don't think you get service in many places like you do with Carnation. They're so good at getting everything out in time. It's brilliant. You've got the two Kingfishers here on the Kingfisher set. So you've got the one that is in flight that you see from the side, the profile of that Kingfisher, and you've got the one that you see from above in flight, and that one is the one we sculpt the most with. And if I have time today, either in this show or in the next one at 6, then I'll show you how to really go to town with that one. But they're beautiful, and you'll remember from times gone by that the Kingfisher is indeed called Linda.
The colours are fabulous.
Aren't they? It's so vibrant, isn't it?
They
Really
are
gorgeous.
amazing.
I love all the sort of hint of orange that comes through, and it comes through obviously with the perfect papers as well. That is highlighted in those perfect papers. Yes, we need a Carnation Crafts cruise.
Oh, if I get my hair wet, that's it. I'm just saying.
And I will just say that Pam, we won't get your booth wet, Doris. It'll be fine. We've just to say that Pam Lillington has just said, hi to the 3 crafteteers. Good luck, Taz.
Thank you.
We've already been warned.
She'll need more than luck. She might need gin. We've got here the gorgeous stag. I would say that he is the star of the show. He's just so stunning. Now, I know other people, may have the soft spot for the owl. He is just, for me, breathtaking. And it is, because obviously this collection is called Nature in Motion, it's that sense of movement we get with him where he is obviously leaping. You can obviously just sort of place him downwards, and it would be as if he was in mid-canter. So, do deers canter? I know horses canter. Oh, well, I'm totally asking the wrong person. You can obviously...
He looks fabulous, whatever he's doing, Carla. I'm just being honest.
You just want to add a demonter. Do they canter or gallop?
Gallop.
But a horse gallops and canters. Would it do both? Would a stag and a deer do both?
Well, I guess it's the
like a
same
prance,
as
like a prancer, dancer. They're like the
They
reindeers.
fly. That's what they do.
Yeah, they fly.
with
Prancer and
canter.
dancer, they fly. It could be magical.
If you chop the horns here, which
that's gotta
sounds
hurt.
harsh,
That's got to hurt, Carla.
you turn the stag into a doe. We discovered this yesterday.
A doe, a deer, a female deer.
Don't sing.
Okay.
And you've got your split layers, you've got your mats as well there. So it all comes together.
But like Christmas,
Humberta says, Dawn, I can't swim either, you'll be fine. In which case, Humberta, you are now in charge of Doris when we go to sea.
Permanently walking around with armbands on the cruise.
Well, you could... No.
No.
Right, then we're going to go in with your peonies with poise.
Poise.
They're so pretty. The colours on this are so dramatic. They're just beautiful, aren't they? And Humberta says, oops, I don't think she wants to be your babysitter either. I've had to do it long enough. It's somebody else's turn. You've got your corner element here, which is very, very... Taz, put your eyebrow down. Which is very pretty. You've got your decoupage elements. So you can build on these if you want to, but I will say these decoupage elements that you get, the side pieces here, are just beautiful on their own. So they make really beautiful kind of embellishments that you can build around your card, around the edges. You've got your circular one here, or the semicircle. So if you're using an oval or a circular card and you have them at the side or opposing angles, they just look incredible. And when we start adding these in, when you've got your stag, you've got your owl, those beautiful colours that draw together, they absolutely look insanely gorgeous.
They're all hand drawn. They're absolutely stunning, though.
I know,
aren't they?
and Nick's a
detail.
very clever boy.
He is very clever.
We don't
Nick
tell
is.
him he's a clever boy, but he is. He is very, he's a bit of a genius, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm. We just don't like saying it too often.
He is an art pen god.
He's a what?
He's a pen god.
Oh no. That's going to go straight to his head now. Oh God.
Don't say things like that to me.
He is. I can't draw. Look how fabulous these are. These are hand drawn, then transformed into dies. How incredible is that? If I drew something, it would never look like that.
Well, you can tell, you can say to him, I don't know if Nick is watching this, but if he is watching this, I will say, and this is directly to you, Nick, you are a genius at artwork. But You are very rubbish on Max. I'm just saying. So you've got your light work here, and Carnation are very, very serious about their light work. It makes a huge difference to your card. So when you have your card base, we can then use these to affect that base on the bottom so it becomes your texture on the back of the card. Now we might wonder why we would do that, but it is really important. It makes a huge difference to the eye. It takes that white space and it just cools it down a little bit. So it's not quite so glaring. They're really, really important, these light works, and Carnation do them beautifully. I will say cut these in gold. They are to die for. But you can obviously do 2 together to create a semicircle, 4 together to create a circle. So really,
It's like
really
plumage.
lovely.
It's very fabulous.
Very fabulous plumage. You could put some bling on that. Then we've got the floof, Doris. The grass.
It's like grasses.
You call it grass.
I'll call
That'll
it
be
grasses.
better. So we've got the grass, which is just stunning. Now, because this has got the, it sort of leans either way. It fans out, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You've got that. If you put that behind something like the owl or the stag, that movement really does show. Jenny West, I think we should see Mark and Nick sometime. Nick will never come out. None of us have ever seen
We'll
him.
kidnap him.
None of us have seen him in person. He's just a voice. We have really seen him in person. He does really exist. And Mark, you would love, so that's fine. We'll
He's
get
a very
Mark.
nice
We'll,
man.
he's a very.
He's a very
we'll
nice
get Mark on air one day. So these fan out, and they're so beautiful. If you add 2 or 3 of these together, you get the most sort of incredible plumage almost at the back of your card. Again, they're not meant to be the showstoppers. They're meant to be your tuck-ins. They're meant to be those extras that give you that kind of oomph at the back of your cards. So they're really important to use. Don't just put them aside. Definitely get them cut. But again, cut in white. These are extraordinarily pretty.
Beautiful in any metallic cardstocks, anything. You could use them as Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
You could really bring those in.
Well, we were saying about the stag, using the stag on Christmas cards. So to have the stag with like a tartan pattern on the background, and then to use kind of the
Christmas trees.
yeah, the grass
or,
and all that, to do those in golds and all of those things coming in, just beautiful. Hello, ladies. Mine arrived today. Just waiting for cottage pie to finish cooking, and then I'm off to play. Ooh, Linda.
Ooh, very nice.
That's Linda Venus. Ooh.
Does that mean we
Are
get
allowed
tea?
are we allowed to turn up for tea? So then we've got here the extra through the seasons. So this is your tree stump with those beautiful little toadstools, those mushrooms. Not easy to say when you're from Hull, that, you know, toadstool. Just saying. Then you've got your corner element here. If you put 2 together of these, I said yesterday about it. In fact, if you put 4 together on an 8x8, it gives you kind of a like a once upon a time fairy tale, as if you're entering into
Like
a forest.
hinges on a book as well.
Yeah, just really, really aesthetically perfectly beautiful. Hello, Katja. And then we've got the we move. I know, aren't these stunning? So we then move into the idea of doing your nested dies. These are, I know, aren't they beautiful? So you've got all of your sort of artwork that comes in, so you get that free artwork as well. Joyce, I'm new to Carnation Crafts. Are the pictures that you're showing already in colour and I order them and cut them, or do you colour them and cut them out? Really, really great question, Joyce, and thank you so much for joining us. We do love it when you guests come and say hello. So just to explain to you and anybody who is new to Carnation Crafts, when we look at the artwork, be that this artwork on these nested dies, or for instance, the artwork that you would see here, the coloured artwork where you've got the owl. I'll turn it this way so it looks the right way around, where you've got the owl. These are what Carnation Crafts call vignettes. Vignettes are free. Vignettes are the artwork that he creates. So you obviously buy the dies, and then we've got the corresponding artwork free on the Carnation Crafts website. To access that, you go to carnationcrafts.co.uk. There is a banner menu that goes across, and one of the options on there is downloads, free downloads. And when you click that and you go to the right hand side, you can choose from collections, or you can just type in which collection. This one is Nature in Motion. So you type that in and it comes up with a list of downloads that you can get. You'll see a couple of them have got a price point against them. It's usually £1 or something like that, and that's for the different colourways. So you don't have to use the same colourway. You can buy a different one. Everything you see here today, that's free. All of that artwork is free. It's a free angel policy. You can sell anything that you make. Once you've downloaded them, you'll get a PDF document. That PDF document when it opens on your computer, right click and go to open with Adobe. When you open with Adobe, you then go to print. Now, before you go to print, before you ever get to that point, get a pen and a piece of paper and click through each page. For instance, page 1 might just be a page full of, say it might have, I don't know, 4 owls on that one page. I can't remember how many, but just say it's 4 owls. Page 2, you might have 4 owls still, but it'll have a black line in the middle of it and it'll look different. Those ones are what we call mirrored vignettes, and that means that you get the image on there, the artwork, and then when you turn it over, you also have it on the back. Get the choice. So you can have a mirrored vignette, or you can just go for the one-sided vignette. So as you're going through your list, work out which ones you want to print. Do you want them to have both sides, or do you want them one-sided? So I just go through and I just write down my mirrored vignettes, and they're the ones I print. So I set it to print those pages. And once you've got those printed, you fold it on the black line, not in the center, but on the black line. Use a bit of spray glue so it glues together, and then put your die on top, pop it through, and it'll come out double-sided. And that's how it works. So your artwork is free. Alongside that, on that place on the website, the PDFs that you download, you'll also see back-in papers and inserts. They are also free for you to download. So you can download all of your backing papers, print them out. You can download all of your vignettes and print them out. The last thing I'll say on that, and I will say fairly quickly, but Dawn will agree, it makes such an extraordinary amount of difference. When we're telling you to print these out and that this is the artwork that you get home, I'm going to be hand on heart honest here. If you want them to be as vibrant as this, you're going to have to use ProPrint. You won't get the same results if you just use a normal printer paper or normal paper. That's not to say you have to use ProPrint. What I'm saying to you is when you see them on screen and when you see them on the website, they're going to be intensely vibrant, and that's because they're printed on ProPrint paper. It's up to you what you do. We just have to put that there so you know that, because we get a lot of people go, well, it doesn't print out the same colour when I'm printing it at home, and it won't unless you use ProPrint paper. So that's just a little caveat there, so you know what that means.
It is, but if you want in that product as well, please go to the Carnation Crafts website, pop that in your basket at the same time. It will give you that Christmas, it will give you that coolness, it will make sure the colours replicate exactly what we're showing you here. So it is like for like, that's why we bring it to you. That one's 220 or 414 if you wanted that one, and obviously that's the main deal that we've got for you, but your ProPrint paper is on the website, have a look for that too, and that will give you the point of difference. But few more boards to show us, Miss Carla?
We're just going to finish off looking at these nested dies, and then I will go into demo, so just bear with me a little while. These are your nesteds. These are your nesteds, and these are the vignettes that you get. So you're printing these out and you cut them in those colours, or you can print them in white. Either way, they're stunning. You've also got the little mini ones in the centre here, which aren't shown on here. These little mini ones, which don't have the kind of tree trunk around the edge, are mainly for your sentiments, for stamping on. They're little extras. We can also use them as grounding devices on our cards as well, and you can see how they build up. They're so pretty, these.
Gorgeous.
You can actually cut these off, the edge pieces, and use them as kind of the idea of trees, the illusion of trees on your card going back, and they're so pretty.
So with that stag, they'd look incredible for background detail.
I was saying yesterday, if you had a box frame and you had like a mount on your box frame, you know the corner elements from Through the Seasons, the one I said it looked like a fairy tale. If you were to place those on your mount on all 4 sides, so it looks like you've got this border going through, and then on a layer behind, put the tree trunks from these frames going on, and then a third layer at the back with the stag, so you've got it all going
like
backwards,
the tunnel cards, yeah,
like that, but in a box frame, and then use tiny lights at the back. It would just look absolutely incredible. So there's loads of different things that you can do with these. So you then got the square nesteds, which are very beautiful. Again, they come in really handy, and obviously the squares can then be put on your 8x8. You can go smaller in, and then you've got the gorgeous circles.
They could be diamonds as well, because you can rotate them, so
yeah,
you can mix and match those up.
And these are fantastic. So the circles, actually all of them, I don't know why I'm specifically saying the circles. Once you've printed these on ProPrint, and that's what these are printed on, they stamp beautifully. So you can stamp on top of those to just create your sentiments for your cards as well. You don't need to do an extra layer in white. It just works exactly on there perfectly. And that, my friends, is your Nature in Motion collection, and
wow,
very stunning. It is too.
Thank you, Carla. So as you can see with the collection, the Nature in Motion, you are getting a lot of metal for your money. There's a lot of detail, there's a lot of design, there's embellishments, there's mats and layers, there's all your frames you could possibly need. And as you can see, with this being an exclusive deal for Carnation Crafts TV, you have got it all in this special bundle. So just remember that. Show price we've got for you is $124.99. Free P&P on that one too. So please pop over to the Carnation Crafts website if you're wanting to purchase this today. The item number is 220414 if you're wanting that one, and you can see how incredibly detailed these all are and how you can build it in with probably past, present and future collections that you're going to get as well, so bear that in mind. But just tell you a little bit more as well about the vignettes, because a lot of you have been asking as well. These are the pre-coloured images that literally match the die. So if you're somebody who's brand new, who doesn't colour yet, or you feel that your colouring's not to the standard that you want, these are all pre-coloured. You're going to hop over to the Carnation Crafts website, you're going to go to the free downloads collection, and then what you will do is you will find your collection of dies in there that it's from, and then all the, as you can see there, the vignettes will come up. They're there to download for free. You will click on those, add them to your basket, and then at checkout they will be free for you to use. But there is always extras on there, so if you, like Carla was saying before, if you want extra colourways and things like that, they are available for you to look at as well. But honestly, grab those if you are getting your main collection, because if you want that superb finish, you want that detailed look that we've been showing you with these beautiful designs and the colorization, then go to the website and get those as well. And then you can see how beautiful these are when you've got these and you've cut them out, because all you're going to do is lay your die on top of the printed image and you have got exactly the same effect. And that's what it's all about for each of this. So you don't have to colour anything on that card, it's just bringing it together. And with this one, you'll find it's all matted and layered with the perfect papers too, so everything is seamless. Like I say, go to the Carnation Crafts website on there, .co.uk, and everything is on there. But now we're going to show you the true magic, and Miss Carla's going to do me a little demo time, Jean.
You were so profesh then.
Trying, Jean.
So profesh.
Trying.
So weird for me to listen to you with your professional voice on.
I'm trying. Got to be good today, got to be good.
Happens very rarely. So I just want to say before I go into demo, Joyce, who asked originally about those vignettes, thank you for the question, has said that she's very excited to get started. You're going to love it. Honestly, once you start on a Carnation journey, it's really hard to get off because they are amazing. Joyce, if you haven't already joined the Carnation Crafters group on Facebook, please do. It's the loveliest group in the world. There's such a nice community in there. The people are awesome. Loads of inspiration in there, and while I'm here, massive shout out to the Carnation Army, who know I love them very much. They are just the best group of people, but please do go and join Joyce, because there's lots of inspiration in there. Eileen is saying she introduced her craft group to Pro Paper on Saturday and they couldn't believe the difference in the quality of the print.
There you go, that's what I've been saying.
So Eileen, I really appreciate you putting that, because it's very difficult from our stance when we're trying to explain to people, because it sounds like we're just trying to do a hard sell, and that's not what we're trying to do at all. But we get a lot of people are going, well, I printed them out and they don't look like that.
We want to print one out, one on normal, and so we can actually physically show we could do that for later.
So we'll come back this afternoon. I'll show you the difference between it being on normal paper and it being on Pro Print, because it is extraordinary, the difference. And it's really difficult to kind of to explain it without sounding like we're trying to do the hard sell, which we're not trying to do. It does make a difference. Mary, received my dies today. Whoopsie, could tell us what size the card base you use in making the stag and the barn owl. I'm going to be totally honest with you here. When you're using the barn owl, you can get away with using the largest of the circle nested. Now, I don't actually have a ruler with me, so I can't tell you exactly how big that is. But if you look at this card here, you can see this owl is sitting on the largest of those circular nested dies. Now, what I can tell you is that the stag, from the top of his horns to the tip of his hoof, he is 20 centimetres in length. So what's that in inches? I don't know, centimetres to inches. Is that about... Miss Taz is pretending she knows well. Please. Technical support while she's on her phone. What's 20 centimetres in inches? So 7.8. So the stag is perfect for your 8x8 cards. He is perfect for that. I will get a ruler and we'll sort some out for the 6 o'clock, because it's always awesome to know So I'm just having a look at these. Am I in the army? Of course you're in the army, Sue. Yes. People answering with 8 inches. That's correct. Thank you. Up you two nut jobs. I think no other pro paper finishes like Carnations. Right, Dawn, I was going to say that, but again, it sounds like I'm doing the hard sell, and I'm not. But as somebody who's had to use millions of different types of pro paper, I'll say it. I'm freelance. I don't need to mention Carnation. Makes no odds they're going to pay me anyway. Carnation's pro paper is the best pro paper there is. And if you go into various different groups, they'll all tell you the same thing. Carnation's pro print, it's a cut above. So there you go. I've said it. And hopefully they will still pay me. Right. Hey up two nut jobs. Hope you're both well. Late to the party. You're not late. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's better when you find the right size. So when you're printing on ProPrint, you need the smooth side. It's really important that you use the smooth side of the ProPrint. Otherwise, it makes no difference. You print on the rough side.
It don't matter.
I did think it was a con, you know, ProPrint.
No, it's not. It's so not. Over the years, I've printed stuff out, and way back when we first started printing stuff out from well, not USBs, it was CDs back in the day, to now, you can really see the difference. And honestly, the quality of print, the design, the detail, it's all there. So please pop over to the Carnation Crafts website, where you can get everything that's on there as well. So just have a little perusal through there. Everything is on there for you to make sure. All your essentials. Don't forget your glues, your applicators, things like that. Top up your baskets there while you are there, and then you can see with the ProPrint paper, when we show you where that one is, you know, we've got all different ones in there. So we've got 70 sheets, 85 sheets, depending, 100 sheets, depending on how much printing you're going to do as well. So please just pop over there to the Carnation Crafts website.co.uk, just pop that in your search engine, and everything is there for you today. So let's get back to see the lady who can and will.
I've used the largest of the rectangular silver birch and nested dies, and I've cut out the largest one of it twice on 350 super smooth. My son thought ProPrint was a con until I... Did you just...
No, I didn't. It's the floor. Can I just say, look.
Dawn's making some very
I am not making noises. Can we just clarify that?
Did you have your tummy settling tablets this morning?
No, it's the floor. Listen, it sounds like we've got carnation mice in. I'm just saying.
Me think the lady doth protest too much.
It's not.
My son thought Pro Paper was a con until I printed the same design on regular paper and then Pro. Yeah, he was gobsmacked. It really does make an extraordinary difference. Taz is in pieces over in the corner.
I thought I was going to have to catch her.
I thought she'd gone. It's hard work when you've got to look after Doris.
They've had to stand me on here because I was too small, so they've had to stand me on like a platform because I'm a lot shorter than Dave Bradford. He's too tall, and they've had to stand me on, so it's a little bit higher for me to stand on. I'm not going to lie to you.
Before we came to air today, she said there were certain things that I wasn't allowed to mention on air. Otherwise, we were done. That was her words. I will be done with you if you mention that. I don't need those things. She just brings her own. So I've cut it twice. On one of them, I've scored at 1/2 inch and I've used red liner tape on it. I've pulled it back so that sticky is facing me, so it is away from the other piece of the card. That way I can shuffle the two together with that sticky base away, so they're not getting stuck together before I'm, you know, in place where I want it. I'm using the Carnation Multimedia mat, which has a ridge. So if you've got something at home that has a ridge. Sue Martin, oh my God, I laughed out loud so much I scared the dog. Carla, where do you get the foam tape? The most asked question in Carnation Crafts. Carla, where do you get your foam tape from? I don't get it from a specific spot. What Eileen, I think, is asked. Was it Eileen? Mary? Sorry, Mary. What Mary is asking about is the rolls of foam tape that I use.
We need Mr. Mark to get that, to source that.
I am trying.
Good.
It's this stuff that you're talking about, and I don't buy it from a specific place. So I get it from wherever I can get it from, and it's from like Window Glazers is where I get it from. And at the minute I get mine in Yorkshire, so when I'm at home I go in and I buy a ton of it. And it's for doing your... like the insulation around your window glazing, your seals, and it's just that because it's double-sided foam tape. You can get it in different sizes, so it just works that way. So once you've got these here, I've got my sticky at this side. I'm just using that ridge here to place it against, and then I'm placing that down to give me my tent base. That is my card base all sorted. Dawn obviously wanted a raise. Because you're raised up on the platform.
I'm only short.
This is very true. She is very short. So we've got on here your first of those vignettes.
Oh, wow.
So that's the next one cut. And then I've used one of the free backing papers. Aren't they so heartbreakingly beautiful? So this blue is just stunning. And it goes so well with that silver birch frame. So we're just using these, obviously, as our backing points. Now you can see on these, I've got the next layer here. And then the next layer here. And what I wanted to show you, these are my layers. Can you see them all? So I haven't put any tape on these because I want to show you how I work in layers. Something we get asked about a lot. What is the difference and how do you choose which ones to use? So as I go down incrementally in size, you can see I changed the size of my foam tape. So on this one, I've only got a 1mm depth. This one a 3mm and this one a 1mm. So I work and I play between. So it depends what distance I want. Normally speaking, when I've got a white base behind, I try and use a thicker foam tape. And the reason I try and do that, you'll see the difference. If I lay this one flat onto here, it just sits flat. I get no shadow, I get no depth. Because I'm using white behind, I want to highlight that white. I want to make something of it. So all I do here is take my foam tape and I just lay out 3 pieces. Now I'm going to start going quite fast now on this demo because I would like to try and get a second one in if we have time. However, if we don't, just to be absolutely clear, we will be back at 6, and at 6 that show will be demo focused. So you will be able to come back and see a lot more of that in action. Margaret received mine today.
Fabulous.
It's so quick, isn't it, the service from Carnation? Do you not think that's crackers?
That's brilliant, because honestly, you know, sometimes I've ordered perfume and I've ordered all sorts, and it's took like 3 or 4 days. That is instant. We cannot thank Carnation Crafts enough for getting these things to you as soon as they can. The team, it sounds like they work through the night, I'm not going to lie.
It's the elves.
It's the little craft elves at Carnation Crafts.
And I think they probably, I mean, they work really hard.
They do, and they're super fast. That's what it's all about.
Well, what was I looking at for my delivery, trying to get some a supermarket delivery, and they were 2 days. So Carnation, get that sorted quicker. It's absolutely crazy. So that was my 3mm. I'm going in now with a 1mm layer. So we're just going in here. I'm just going to put these on quickly, just so I can build the dimension. So I'm just taking bits of those backing papers. Can you see? I'm not using the whole of that backing paper. I'm just using it as my mats and layers. We're building a platform because when we've got artwork that is like the artwork that we've got here, and we can build those platforms to draw the center of the eye inwards, it gives us an incredible aesthetic visual. So now I'm going in with my 3mm.
It reminds me a little bit, you know, like that sophisticated, like Wedgwood kind of look.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Obviously, I'm seeing the frames, and it looks like we're going into the forest and everything. But from that, it kind of gives me that Wedgwood vibe as well.
Can I just say, I'm never actually going to go into a forest with you, ever.
I'm not going in one with you. I'm just saying I'd be really scared.
Ever.
Ever. I haven't got the footwear for it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, did you not go mushroom picking once, Doris?
Yeah, once.
And ring me and say that was a mistake, which I think
horrific.
I told you from the beginning it was a mistake to go mushroom picking because...
I didn't go mushroom picking. It was looking at mushrooms.
Well, you're not taking photos of mushrooms.
No, I wasn't, but you know... Yes, it was one of them things in my life I'm never going to do again, and I got cajoled into it, and I'm not doing it again.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad, because I was the one that had to sit on the phone with you while you talked about the fact that you were welly deep. Never again. Right, I'm just using wet glue for my light work. Now, I was talking to you earlier about when we're using a white background, how we can diffuse the white. Even though we're using white light work, we can diffuse that colour. Because when you start to place this on, you can see how we draw away from the garish white and we add in texture. So although it's not taking over, it's not a showstopper, it's not meant to be, we are just adding in just to diffuse the light on that white background. Carnation's applicators, again, it sounds like I'm doing hard sell here, I'm not. They've changed them just so that they are got a smaller tip so that we can get into those tiny, tiny, tiny spaces. Somebody's put here, who's Hansel and who's Gretel? Oh, Doris.
We'd both eat a house, I'm just saying.
think we'd both be the witch, I'm just saying.
Yeah. But look at that. They look a little bit like feathers and that kind of style. Do you not
Well, it
think
is a
as well?
feather, babe.
Yeah.
Did you say it's a feather, like with the owl?
I like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, or like a peacock's feather as well, I was
Aye,
seeing.
it is like a
You know, if you
peacock's.
coloured it as well.
If you did two of them together,
Yeah.
it would be like a peacock
Like a
plumage.
plumage.
Like a what?
Plumage. Plumage.
Oh dear.
Look at that.
If you stick with Wheeler for long enough, you actually start to understand her. Like you start speaking Wheelerisms. That's what happens with me.
Or you just join up the gaps when I miss words as well, which can be very
It's
funny.
got to the point now when people are talking to Wheeler, they look at me to interpret. And I kind of just sit there and explain what she's trying to say. And sometimes I get it wrong, but she just carries on nodding. It's easier, isn't it, Doris?
Just look at these beautiful tools. These are a beautiful thing.
We do love the ball tools. So you know that I do a lot of sculpting out with these. And again, I will just go through the process for those of you who are getting it home. If you've ordered it today and you're getting it home tomorrow. When we're working with a piece of paper like that, the way that Nick builds these is that he puts many cut lines into it. Look at the colour on that. It's stunning. Doesn't that look realistic?
It's
If you look at
gorgeous.
that on the screen, doesn't that look like it's a real peony?
It
Isn't
looks like
so
it's been
pretty?
coloured with alcohol pencils.
Yeah, it does.
You've done that. The work's been done for you. That's what we like.
So if I go in here with, I can't really explain, if I do it from the overhead, maybe you can see better. You see where the white shading lines are here? That is a cut line. They're all cut lines. I don't want to ruin my peony, but if I go through with my pokey tool, make that disappear like magic, you can see it's a cut line. Now what that means is that there is a gap in the paper. So when we break the fibres on those papers, they give, which means we can sculpt more fully. You've got a choice with these. We can either sculpt from the back, which will create a dome down, or you can sculpt from the front, which will create a teacup shape. And it really depends what you want. For me, for this one, I want the dome down because I want the stag to be my masterpiece. So I'm taking it that way. Take a ball tool that's appropriate for the size of the area that you're going through. And we're going to break the fibres on the outside first, and we're going to work it in. You always try and break the ones on the outside first. Now if you're like me and you get lazy, you sometimes do it from the inside because it's easier, but when we're doing it properly, work from the outside, work inwards, and you'll create the proper cup. The reason we do that is the fibres are less that there's more breakage already in the top layer because you've obviously got the cut line round it, so those fibres break much quicker than the ones in the centre. So that creates that beautiful teacup shape from the bottom, and when we turn it over we get that beautiful dome. Look at that.
Look at that.
So just a little bit of dimension. Ball tools are always going to be your best friend when you're making cards, just because it creates such a gorgeous element. Where's my pin flare? There it is. Always about to blame you for that.
I
then,
know, I
Doris.
saw
Did you see?
the Care-Bear steer, I got them, were like I'd taken it.
So we're just going to place that one to one side.
No, if it had been Prosecco, I'd have been... oof.
Well, we should have a bit of Prosecco.
No, not till we've finished at 7 o'clock tonight.
Shall I just stick to coffee,
Yeah,
Doris?
let's just have a good coffee. A good coffee always sorts everything out.
I'll be a good girl and I'll have a coffee.
We'll
How
do
does
that.
sound?
Then after that, that's not my responsibility, I'm just saying.
Is that when you leave me on my own?
Yeah, and then I get a text, can I open a bottle of your Prosecco? Yeah, knock yourself out.
I did do that, didn't I? That's not actually. Well, she will store it at my house. I'm not sure that that's my fault. Just saying.
Look
There
at
again.
this.
Look how they build up. So let's take the stag. I've got the stag on a 5mm foam tape. So I've gone from 3mm, I'm now at 5mm. I'm going to have him cross in my card. So he will base over, so he is going across those light works and is as if he's in motion. I've used the mat that comes with the stag. Remember, all of your creatures, they also have an outline die. I was saying yesterday, if you put that in the middle, then that is working as a mat. If you edge him, so it's on the edge here, it works as a drop shadow. And that's what I've done here, is created that beautiful drop shadow. Up, I've got all sorts going on here.
Ooh.
So while I've got the pin flare stuck to my nail, which is what I was going to say, and here, I still need that to be wet because I need to be able to place my leaves behind it. So I need to just place that. I'm not squashing it. If you squash it, all of your pin flare is going to splay outwards, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to place it there and there. So I've got that line coming down. So we've played, the stag is going that way. We've got the line drawing downwards this way. So it's a lighter line because it's just the florals. Then I'm going to go in with these little leaves, tiny amounts of glue, and I'm going to place them on a curve going round following his back. So pushing through while that pin flare is there. and just placing it so it curves around his body. So it's done sort of in a specific shape. Easy enough. And then we're going to go in and we're going to follow that same curve line. So instead of going, I could turn it that way and have it paralleled round, but I'm not. I'm sort of copying the line work. So this time, instead of it coming out the floral, it will come through his tum. So it looks almost like he's running through leaves and flowers. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head. Then we take a sentiment. I've done this on the small list of the diamonds or the squares. And this is what I was saying about being able to stamp directly onto that pro print once you've actually printed out. It's just so useful for doing that with. And I'm just using the tiniest one because I don't want to over egg the pudding and I don't want to hide my stag because I love him very much. But I'm just going to place that in the centre of his body on the top. And we have got something extraordinary. And actually we've used very little really in the way of dyes. A lot of this can come from layering through those stunning nested dyes. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's the power of Carnation. Very little makes a huge amount. So it's just follow your lines, use your curvature, but also really, you know, take advantage of those nested dyes because they're incredible, really stunning.
That is stunning. Thank you so much, Carla. That's incredible. Let's show you a few more finished examples just so you can see the different designs. So look at this one. It's using the kingfishers as well, bringing the two designs in there, using other elements that are in the fantastic Nature's in Motion collection. Now, with the stag as well, if you're wanting to use two of them, and remember, because you get the reverse, you can inlay these so you can decorate it. You can make it look amazing. Another one with a kingfisher and the foliage as well on the tree stump, but you've also got the frames in there that will give you that bit more detail to really add that wow factor. Look at this one. So obviously mixing the two together, one of the stags without its horns, one without, so you've got those. They are horns, aren't they? Are they horns?
As opposed to
antlers. I knew what I meant in my head. So one with its antlers, one without. Horns, whatever you want to call them. But look how with the foliage, it's been extended. So it's more like a vine effect on there as well. But look how super cute these are. So very, very delicate. You've got those fabulous designs. Remember, 76 dies in this collection for you. 220414 if you want this collection. Pop over to the Carnation Crafts website and then everything is on there for you. Remember, have a look at your pro print paper and everything else. But now we're going to fit in another little demo just so you can have a look what else you can do with this amazing collection. Thank you, Carla.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So we're going to have a look at the circle die. I'm going to go fast for this demo because we don't have huge amounts of time, but we're looking at that circle nested. We'll say, said it yesterday, same thing. I'm just going to use my mat here just to show you what I mean. There is a flat edge on this circle. There's 4 of them. Each side is that cross sort of section, one here, up and down. That's where we need to stick. That's going to be what holds it steady on a table. So make sure that's at the top. And all I do is sort of score parallel to it. And that means that when I stand it, it's going to stand on that flat edge, which is what we need. So I'm going in from there. Scored edge, take your red liner tape off it. Again, same method, same process. Push that back. Keep it away from the other piece. Make sure you line it up properly. So find the flat edge on this one. This is where I'm going to come a cropper, Doris.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, Doris.
Alignment, Jean, alignment.
You know I'm not good with me alignments. Just bear with.
That's fine.
Let's have a look. This is where, there it is. This is where I was having trouble.
When everything's live, this alignment is not always the best.
Well, I'm pretty hopeless at that sort of thing anyway. I can never get my buttons done up the right way when I'm trying to get dressed in the morning. I always have like one, do you know what I mean? I find life quite hard. I find being a grown-up hard. Right, I'm going in with these. I've got no dimension here. It's a 1mm foam tape. You could use finger lift tape.
Yep.
I don't actually need to take that middle section off because it's only there as support, but I've done it anyway, so let's go from here. And again, there is sort of a flatter piece on here. I'm not going to spend time aligning because I don't have the time, otherwise the demo's not going to get done. But when you're at home, just sit and align it through. So we've got that there. Now, what I'm going to do is, before I go any further, take my florals. I'm very gonna quick. That was
What?
There was no English in those words, Miss Doris.
I understood.
That
You're going to go very
well.
quickly. I got that.
I think I just spoke in wheelerisms.
You're going to go very quickly with your ball tool.
Whew. It's the first time you've ever had to be my interpreter, that's all I'm saying.
But look at these, how they come to life.
Isn't it beautiful? I love these crescents. The corner elements as well are just so pretty. So we're going to take this through. Now, if you're sat at home, I'm not suggesting you do, but it does look extraordinary. If you've got time, if you're just playing, take a smaller ball tool and work your leaves. I'm not going to do all of them, we don't have time, but just work your leaves and they look amazing once it's all done out. They're just so pretty, but I don't have time, unfortunately, in demo space. But when you're at home, it's something to do.
We'll do more at 6 o'clock. Do remember we're back at 6 o'clock, so we will have even more for you then. So stay with us, have your tea early, and get back with us at 6 o'clock because we will be showing you even more of the fantastic things that Carla can make with this. Won't you?
Were you talking to me?
Yes, you will. You'll be back making even more fabulous things at 6 o'clock.
I will. I will. That's absolutely true.
Late night crafting.
Oh, Doris.
Anything could happen.
And has. I'm just going to use some pin flare on here. So I'm using quite a lot of pin flare on here. I'm building up that depth and then I'll sort of even that out on those the smaller orange florals there. And I'm just going to go in at a slight angle. I don't like doing them straight. It doesn't mean you shouldn't. It's just personal preference, isn't it? So I don't know. I like it when they're off at an angle. It's just the way I style things, but I do know that others like them either at the bottom and the top or the other way round. If you could see what Miss Tiztaz was writing on her whiteboard. Shocking.
We've behaved quite well, I feel.
Well, I think we've been like grown-ups
Yeah, we
today.
have. We've been, well, for this show, there's no promises.
And that never happens, Doris.
No.
Never happens. That's why they don't let us in shops together.
Well, no, there is that.
Doris, get it off me. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, look at you with the nails.
I know, right? You know what's underneath, Doris, don't you?
It's not going to be pretty when they come off.
No.
But, you know, we're getting there.
I covered them up. They're better than they were. That wasn't pretty when that first all kicked off, was it now?
No.
Right, the light work. Now this I am going to take centrally. I'm using it on the upright because I'm going to come in and put my kingfisher at an angle. So I'll take this little daubs of glue. I know I say it every time and I know it's a ridiculous statement, but glue is sticky. You don't need a lot of it. And I'm taking that centrally, so I'm going to take my centre pinpoint here, place and push down. I'm not going any further with it. I want that relief at the top. So it just sits forward. Now you can kind of pull that forward and you know, play with those dimensions as well. But this beautiful, beautiful kingfisher, stunning, stunning kingfisher. We're just going to take a ball tool very quickly. I know we're running out of time. We're just going to lace down on his little feathers here. Not too much, but like I say, if I was doing it at home, I would probably do it a lot more. Go around the baseline of his tummy. We're not doming that. You don't want to go in a circular motion. We're just going on the baseline. We're getting kind of a beautiful edge happening. And then we're just going to take a slightly smaller ball tool, go around their head. And then the last piece that I'll do with the ball tool here is just work that shade. So you see this piece of shading that Nick has put in here. I'm just using the ball tool to go around that. I'm breaking those fibres just on the edge. And it'll create like a slight dome on his wing. When I take that forward, you can see that his wing is back, it's pushed back. There is a doming effect there. Now normally I would say to you, bring that forward, and the cut line here will afford that. So you can either have his wing pushed forward so he is absolutely in flight, or you can keep it pushed back and use plenty of pin flare or foam tape at the back, and it will look like the wing is flapping forward. Put two of them together and put some pin flare between, pull that wing forward and have the other wing splayed back. It will look like you can see both wings, so it will absolutely look like he's in motion. So what I'll do with this one is just work him forward, push that dent through, and because I use the ball tool here, I've got like a small cup that I can put the pin flare in, and that is going to make huge differences. So I'll place this here so you can see, and then what I'm going to do is where I flared that, because I want his wing to sit forward, I need a ton of pin flare on here, or if I was using foam tape, I would go for about 5mm to a centimetre's worth of foam tape just to give it that height and dimension, because I want it further forward than his body. And I'm just going to place him right through the centre, leave that wing in flight. So I've got that shape and that dimension, and I've got the space between the wing. And you see the space I've got here? So that wing is forward, that dimension is there, and that pin flare is holding that exactly where I've placed it. And then we have the most beautiful finished sample. Really quick, really easy, but incredibly breathtaking. And that's the power of the Nature in Motion collection.
Wow, thank you, Carla. That is incredible. Now, if you've enjoyed everything that you've seen this hour and you want to make that, then you are going to need the Nature in Motion collection. Everything is in this collection, from the mats and layers right through to the beautiful detail of the animals, the creatures, and also the foliage and the florals. So you have got it all in this collection. 76 dies in total. This retails at $124.99. You've got free P&P on it. So again, you are saving all the time by literally getting something exclusive by carnationcrafts.co.uk. Pop over to their website if you're wanting to purchase this today. Item number is 220414, and this then will give you everything you need to make the really most exquisite cards. And you know, if you've got somebody who loves nature, somebody who likes animal charities, things like that, you imagine for bird charities and things like that, these are going to be the ones that get the wow factor, and you always get that with Carnation. Remember, you can get your vignettes on the website, which are the pre-coloured images as well to download, and then you have got those as well. But honestly, a beautiful collection. And if you want a little bit more inspiration, we will be back at 6 o'clock tonight. Me and Carla will be back, won't we?
We will, girl.
We will. We'll be back. So we might be even better then. I'm just saying.
I doubt it.
Just promises, no promises. But honestly, please get on to YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe to us. And also you can watch this back, all of the shows. So once you get your collection, you have there got your inspiration from Carla to watch it back time and time again, just to help you put your cards together and get you on that motivational train. Make sure, like I say, you subscribe. It's free to join. Plus also there is sometimes a little tiny bell that then tells you when we're on. But we have to say goodbye now, and we will see you later. Goodbye, Carla.
Goodbye, love.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.